bottle of Pepsi if I reach out to them. I should do that.
Shut up. You should.
That's so interesting, though. Highlight of my day. All right. Are we ready to get going?
We're live already. I pushed the live.
Oh, are we really?
Oh, great.
Well,
no 30
hello,
second
everybody. Welcome to my weekly coverage of the Traitors. I'm just gonna go ahead and get started because I was yakking when Allison hit the live button. But breaking news before we start talking about the Traitors. I noticed my Diet Pepsi bottle is green. And I'm just so interested by that. So Jackie found like a Reddit thread about it, and apparently I can request or like complain to Pepsi. Not that I'm complaining about this because it's kind of cool, and they will send you a free Pepsi.
You're a Karen though.
Maybe I need to like get back on Twitter just to like tweet like how upset I am as a customer. But yes, on Twitter I was definitely. Yeah, so we're here to I don't know, loosely cover the Traitors season 3 episodes 5 and 6. More so episode 6 because honestly, like episode 5 feels like 10 years ago at this point, right? Like I don't know.
I was trying to figure out, what was it, Nikki that went in episode 5?
Mm-hmm.
These people are. I just ate before the show, so I got noises coming out the top and the bottom. I'm sorry. You should have seen me apart at the live button. Woo! Anyway, so last week, Nikki went. Episode 5, Nikki was banished, right? And then they killed Bob H., right? I don't understand why these people are being murdered and banished. So all I know is nobody's listening to Carolyn, and I am living for Tom Sandoval and his little shitty theories, and he's so committed and so serious about, I think it's Dolores. Yeah, it is. Like nobody's on the same page as this man, and it's perfect. No. I love it. Like even Brittany's like, I can't with this. I love, but I just want to say, I don't know anything really about Tom Sandoval. He was on the boot camp show the Navy SEALs Jackie, what's the name of the show again? I can't.
Steel Team Force, something
Steel
Force.
Team Force on it, whatever, on ABC, where they throw these celebrities into the SEAL training. Anyway, he was on it last year, and that's where I knew who he was, but this was really the first time I'd seen him, and now he's on this, and I'm like, I don't know anything about this guy other than he's committed to what he believes, and no one's listening to Tom either.
No,
I just love that like mid theory, like Brittany was like, Tom, just stop. Just no.
Yeah.
No.
I love that in mid theory, Derek and Wes kicked him out of the room. Hey, do you think we can talk actual gay? Like, no offense. Like even at the round table, it's like, Tom, we got to.
I love it. But we need the village idiot. I mean, I'm sorry for calling him an idiot, but it's a typecast. We need it.
Yes. Hello, Mary.
It's fun. It's good TV.
Yes, guys. It's great. Episode 5 was not, I think that it was not as interesting. The most interesting part was the opening of the episode. Who did they murder? They murdered, do we remember who they murdered in the episode?
Robyn.
I'm here for full coverage of the
the housewife Robyn.
Do what?
Robyn.
Who got murdered?
Housewife Robyn.
Robyn got murdered. And then we had Rob, Carolyn, and Danielle in the turret. And I told you nothing was going to happen. I told you. I said, they're not going to do anything. Nobody's going for the jugular. They're not. I would never come after you guys. Shut up. How many books have you written? Co-written? Ghost-written? AI-written? Come on, Rob. We know. We already know. And Carolyn ain't taking your shit. It's terrible. And Danielle spiraled like in a tornado. Like I haven't seen this much spiraling since I had a nervous breakdown late last week. But anyway, that's a whole other show. So just spiraling with the shields, giving it to Derek, taking it from, giving it to how they crying. Nobody's buying the crying. Slow down, Danielle. Slow down. Tap the brake. Don't slam on it. You're hurting everybody.
It's crazy how like all three of these traitors like are actively like targeting one another, but like they can't like just outright eliminate each other. You know what I mean? Like I feel like they feel so stuck working with each other. So they're trying to like it's like a war of like influence in the house.
That. It's like, I can't get rid of this bitch. I swear to God, Allison, it will not go away.
They all loathe each other so much.
But
is it just me, or are all three of them playing like their respective game? Like, I feel like Rob is doing mafioso like he does on Survivor. Yep. Danielle is trying to be indirectly making moves like on Big Brother. Carolyn is trying to play aloof but still knows a lot of what's going on. Like, I don't feel like they have evolved into this game yet.
No, they're doing what they do best, being them. You know, I mean, Rob's doing Rob, Carolyn's doing Carolyn, and Danielle's doing way too effing much. Whoa, way too much. Like it made my stomach hurt with everything that was going on in that episode, you know, and even in this, it's crazy. And I just want to say, episode 6 during breakfast, and they're like, who got banished? I tell you what needed to be banished, that hat Danielle was wearing. It was killing me. I love hats. No, it was bad. It looked like an Amazon box on her head, a tiny Amazon box. It might as well have been a Target. It might as well have said, I'm a traitor. I'm a traitor.
Yeah, her game is like so messy and like over the top, and I don't know, like I'm starting to think like now, like as much as I hate to say it, I feel like Danielle like is probably soon gone in this game. I especially now that like I feel like Britney is totally in like the Rob camp right now, which is really unfortunate. I wanted more from Britney, but I feel like she's just falling into like being one of Rob's like followers, which is really disappointing. And I feel like that's ultimately going to lead to Danielle's downfall. Like if she can't even get like Britney on her side, like she has nobody, especially when like, I thought it was really smart and wise that Carolyn like called out Danielle at the Traitors Roundtable, because I feel like every like exit interview from every person that's been eliminated this season, like Peacock makes like a video like showing like Robyn like who the traitors are, like for instance, and I feel like every single one of those videos, like when it's Carolyn that's revealed, that's the one that they're like, I had no idea that Carolyn was a traitor. Like you, like as soon as they say like Danielle, they're like, oh yeah, of course. Like Rob, oh yeah, of course, duh. But like Carolyn is the one that really has everybody fooled, and I feel like her pointing out like a traitor is going to make her seem like even more of a faithful to the actual faithfuls. I feel like it's like what Rob wanted to do, but like a less flashy version, which I think is good for Carolyn, because like that's what Carolyn does. Like she has the right reads. Like nobody just ever listens to her or gives her the time of day, but she's in the best position out of the three of them by far. That's my rant.
It's true. This is true. She's a dude. She's like a dude. Like she hangs with guys. I'm the same way. I have always gotten along with, you know, women in it, but I'm like always like I could be with a group of guys. Girl. Yeah, and nothing. I'm not offended. I'm not saying women are offended. Like I don't even know what I can say before I get in trouble. But like I'm not easily offended. I have the worst. I have the dirtiest. I'm worse than a man. I really am. I'm terrible. I'm surprised I don't have lawsuits. I'm surprised someone isn't trying to Blake Live me for fucking $4 million. I mean, seriously. But, you know, it just, it doesn't, nothing really gets to me, because when I was a kid, nobody was like, I had to attract people with a personality Trust me. If you saw pictures of me, you'd be like, you had a personality in there. So I had to be, I had to learn to attract people with a sense of humor and because this wasn't cutting it. So as I got older, just anyway, I don't know what I'm talking about. It's just like
Mary says the Brigade played her, Dan played her, and now San Diego Rob is going to play her.
Yeah.
I hate to say it because I was so excited to see Britney Haynes here, but
is Tom playing her?
I mean, might as well point I don't know, and especially Derek is pointing her out as a traitor. I could see Britney being murdered or banished in the next roundtable, and I could see Rob and Carolyn piling onto that just to disarm Danielle a little bit more to take out a number that she should have. I don't know. I just I'm bummed to see Britney going in this direction. I was kind of hoping for a resurgence of Britney and Danielle working together and stuff, and I don't know, maybe my headcanon that Britney knows that Danielle is a traitor is not true.
I think that Britney's doing a better job than Danielle is. I mean, she's laying low. She's not doing too much. She's riding the wave. She's kind of in every conversation in a low key kind of way, right? Am I right or am I wrong? Yeah. So I just there's a lot going on, and I think that the Traitors are gonna win this season because we can't get it right. They've only gotten it right one time, and you know what? They had an assist from a traitor. That's why.
I was about to say there's no way that they're going to be able to work together as a group of faithfuls to get the Traitors out because of Rob. I saw one of my friends put on their story the other day. Can we please stop putting Rob Mariano on reality TV games? Can we just stop having him there? Not that he's the best, but he doesn't care about people's feelings, and that's my hard time. That's what I'm struggling with.
Yeah.
I just don't. I mean, I don't know why. I mean, I don't know why he keeps popping up. He was on Deal or No Deal Island, and then now he's popping up on I mean, I have a problem with Rob. I just think that enough already. And I would have, they didn't want him in the house in the first place. So they didn't let him in. And then he gets in anyway. And he's a traitor. So this guy's got an ironclad contract of some kind that says if you're flying me to Scotland or wherever, which is probably really a backlot somewhere, but anyway, there better be something in it for me. There's got to be something in it for me. Where you could bring West, the greatest player of all time, and if it ends up being, and Derek, and they're just here.
Yeah. No, I agree. And this is how Boston Rob won his season of Survivor and Redemption Island. He had his clan of dummies. He led them to the slaughter and just collected the check at the end. But he was so masterful at just controlling the majority and picking the boot order, kind of like Paul and Big Brother 19, except Rob had the finesse to win a jury at the end of it where Paul didn't. And I feel Rob has really cooked himself into this same setup here. And honestly, it's boring TV a little bit because he has this majority group of just dummies. I'm sorry. They are the B list cast. They are the guest stars, right? And they think they're the main character. Biggest one of them all is Dylan Efron there. And I guarantee you, Dylan, he's gonna bring Dylan to right before the end, maybe final 4 or final 5, and then cut him. And then Dylan is not gonna understand what happened, or he's just gonna be totally flabbergasted.
Dylan, I'm gonna riot. Do you understand?
Yes, just don't tweet about
so sweet.
But
you know what? Can I interject for 1 second though? We can hate on Rob as much as we want. Okay, there's fairness, and he doesn't care for feelings. I agree with you, Jackie, but at the same time, this man shows up and does his thing, and he's still there. He outed a freaking traitor as a traitor and got the traitor out, and he's still there. Yeah, it tickled the spidey senses a little bit.
And the
As to
people
whether or not
whose spidey senses he tickled, they're gone now.
Bob H. Hello, think about it. Like, geez, wasn't Bob H. just like talking about Boston Rob the other day? I mean,
So was Wes.
But he's
So was Wes.
getting away with it. And the trilogy, I'm trying to think of how to put this. The threesome that is Derek, Wes, and Rob, or was rather, this tripod, I would call it.
Allison, can you do a fuck, marry, kill for those three guys real quick?
Fuck, marry, kill?
Yeah.
I'd marry Derek.
Uh-huh.
I'd fuck Wes, and I'd kill Rob.
You kill Rob? Okay.
That's what I would do, honestly,
Okay.
100%. And, you know, he's getting away with, and he's doing it. And we can hit on him all we want, but he's doing it, and he shows up, and he does it every time, and people fall for it. He has a stereotype leader, a younger man, Deal or No Deal Island. Now, I forget that guy's name, and now we've got Dylan.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got the typical blueprint roadmap of people that follow him, and he's doing it. And even
in different formats too.
Yeah, in different formats, in different freaking formatted games that aren't even played the same way outside of someone gets voted out. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it took Derek, who, you know, you can say what you want about Derek, but the way he came for Rob and took that chance, and he had the best argument at the end of the round table in episode 6, because, you know, Tom Sandoval wants to sit there and go, okay, you know, let's try to, I think it's Dolores, and Derek just jumps in. Okay, we got real business done. No,
Yeah.
Get this.
I'm glad
go
that
back
he
to
said
the kitty table. What are you doing?
Me too.
I forget. Somebody recently said, maybe it was Rachel Riley. I heard a podcast, and she was talking about her experience on the Traitors, and she said that Alan Cumming really does not let that roundtable go on like hours long or anything like that.
I need to hear him.
I'm glad that Derek was like, we don't have time for this. We need to talk about the real traitor here. And yes, Allison, where's the timestamp? Today is December 4th, 2025 at 8:53.
Today is actually February 4th, 2025. Are we?
Oh, sorry.
Did we
Sorry.
partake in recreational things before the show?
We didn't. Not yet.
Yeah,
not yet. I'm just hell has frozen over because I'm about to give Derek Levasseur his praise here. I thought he did a really great job setting up the potential downfall of Rob. I think and Derek, I feel is the only capable person here to snuff out Rob and do something about it. If they murder Derek at the top of this episode, next episode, I think that's a wrap, and I think that Rob has it. And I'm gonna look to this moment here because I wonder so say if Rob doesn't win the season, I'm gonna wonder should he have tried to get the influence to banish Derek before Wes? Because as great and iconic as Wes is, I feel Derek is the smarter strategist, and he can do some real damage underneath it all, where Wes is a more easily painted villain as a traitor to get out.
Well, he said he was gonna come for everybody. He said, I'm coming for you people.
Exactly. Yeah, but Derek would never say something like that. So would it have been smarter for Rob to prioritize getting Derek out before Wes? Is my big question that I can't wait to see answered. Because I don't know.
Rob,
that's that could be his downfall. Sorry.
Jackie, go.
I definitely think that Derek has to be murdered. There is no way to work around it.
But is that too obvious?
It is.
Yes.
It's absolutely too obvious.
Does it matter?
So it's murdering Robyn, Bob H. It's all obvious. But if he doesn't murder Derek, because Rob is also really good at flipping the narrative, like he did at the round table. Because he could easily be like, well, a traitor's trying to frame me, y'all, and I think it's this person. He's going to do that. If he can get Carolyn and Danielle to agree to go ahead and murder Derek, because Rob's really good at playing defense as well, and so I think that's what he's doing. He's trying to anybody who says his name can go, and the other idiots in the house are not putting two and two together that Rob is literally killing people who are saying his name, and Rob is able to sit at the round table and say, "Well, I'm being framed. You guys, I'm being framed. I helped us get rid of a traitor. Like I'm being framed."
Can we talk about the class? Like I even said it when I watched you. This was the great. I have been waiting for something like this for years. To have two titans, and they are, I don't care who you are, Derek Levasseur and Boston Rob, two, in my opinion, they are great players, come together and spar like this. Really, I mean, one's a detective and the other one does home improvements. But still, you've got these two people.
But he's a reality game like employee, like he's a worker. He's a reality game strategist.
Thank you. Next. I just feel like they went at each other in a way that I would not have been suspicious of Derek because of the way he approached it. He was actually the one that jumped in a little aggressively and started doing what he did. I didn't feel wet. I felt like they were kind of throwing that word around. I don't like that word. We don't need to use that word. Stop it. And Wes, I didn't even feel like was doing anything. I think he just got fed up with the bullshit. I'm coming after all y'all. Who cares? And you're going to do what you're going to do because you get that feeling of it doesn't matter what I say and do. You guys are going to do what you're going to do. You're going to fucking vote wrong. You're going to screw it up. It's expected at this point. And Derek does his detective shit. And Rob, it's like a ping pong match. And like you said, Rob just sits there and he's marinating in everything Derek is saying. And while Derek is talking, you can see Rob, his wheels turning, taking in what he's saying and what he's going to say next. And I was framed. I got out a traitor and this. But the point that we're trying to make is everybody that has said something about Rob Mariano or whatever, is gone. And I don't know what it's going to take at this point to get rid of him. I feel like Carolyn Carolyn, baby, I got you. I know what it's like to be right. Nobody wants to listen. Trust me, I'm living it right now. Okay, don't even give me straight, got no breaks. But you need to just put Danielle aside. That can wait. You need to V-line for Rob. He's got to go. He's got to go. You will get someone else. You and Danielle will hopefully be in control of who you want in the turret with you. This is the time. He's doing too much. Danielle's doing too much out loud. He's doing too much at the table. Everything right up that time period, right before he goes to the table, that's when he's like a little flea popping everywhere, Yeah. And he goes in there and he does his thing. So he's got to go. And if I were Danielle and I were Carolyn, girl, look, I hate you. I know you hate me. But I'd rather ride with the devil I know than the devil I don't. We got to come together and get rid of this guy. We got to convince everybody. I'll work this side of the room. You work that side. And hopefully by the time we get to the table, we can execute. Get fucking Derek back on board. Let's go to Derek.
Let's pull them three together immediately.
Make that triad. That's what you need. 2 traitors. Go in as faithfuls. Get Derek. I got you. I see it now. Everything you're saying, I've had time to sleep on it. Let's go. It's round 2. Round 2. Let's see if we can knock him out. And I swear to God, we can put a shot collar on Tom because if he brings up Dolores one more time, I'm going to pee on the table.
Or what if Carolyn and and Danielle come together like before this murder and say like, listen, like let's encourage Rob that like, let's take out Derek. He's like pointing fingers too much. So they get out a strong player in Derek. And then that's when Carolyn and Danielle come together and say, look, he was talking about Rob and now he's gone. Like, it's so obvious. Like, they come together and then banish Rob at that next round table.
Don't let him know.
I think that's the move, because then, like, you've gotten smart Derek out of the game. Like, you don't have to worry about this, like, big threat. Rob is gone. And then even better for Carolyn, because, like, Danielle, she's playing such a messy game. Like, she will be found out way sooner than Carolyn. And without Rob there, like, I feel like the target does go to Danielle pretty soon after that. So I feel like if you're Carolyn, then you're just, like, really riding pretty as, like, a very secure, like, faithful in the eyes of the other faithfuls to the end, you know?
Use Derek to your advantage. Get rid of Rob and then murder Derek. But the trick to Rob at the table is you all got to come for him. You've got to use the mob mentality on Rob, because if he's allowed to speak, if he's allowed to make another speech, it's done. That was what I had a problem with. If all these people are on board with Derek, why are you letting him talk?
Yeah.
Derek, you need a quarterback and whatever. I don't know football. I don't even know why I'm trying to do a sports analogy. But, you know, the pitcher and the catcher, they got to communicate the signals. So I'm going to throw a ball at the hitter as the pitcher, and I'm going to hit the player. Okay. I'm going to hit him and he's going to get on base. Then we're going to get his ass out. Okay. We're going to figure it out. We're going to do it. I got to have your back. He should have had someone in his back. Wes should have been that person. He should have stepped up more. Yeah. Don't let Rob talk.
It's all those, like, jelly-bellied, like, fair weather people who can be easily persuaded by what Rob says at the round table. Like, there's a handful of people that he has that literally consult with him. Like, are you sure? Like, why are you asking Rob? Like, why is he the definitive answer? Do you know that you're a faithful? Then let's have this conversation as a sidebar somewhere else. There's so many, like, supporting characters in this that just confuse the heck out of me as to what they're doing. What was her name? Was it Dolores? No, not Dolores. The other woman. That at the last minute she said, "Is it Chrishell?
Or Gabby or Ciara?"
Not Gabby, not Ciara. It's the other one who
Chrishell.
Chrishell, I think is her name. She said that I was switched over to Wes at the very last minute because you presented a compelling argument. Like, why are you so wishy-washy going into this roundtable? Do you have a mind of your own? We know that Tom doesn't, or he does have a mind of his own. It's just not
nobody listening.
Nobody listening. But like, are you paying attention to what's happening around you? Like, are we only allowing certain people to persuade what we're saying? Even Britney was really quiet, and then someone said something, and she was able to step up, but she didn't continue with any thought on her own. And she's one of Rob's followers.
I wish I'd been at that table, Jackie. Because I'm gonna tell you right now.
I wish you were too.
Rob will deflect onto someone else, and that's what happened. And Wes left. If he looked at me and started talking about me, I'd be like, "Oh no, you don't, dude. This ain't about me. Don't even start." I would interrupt the fuck out of him. I'd be like, "You're not even gonna get a chance because you're a traitor, and it's obvious. I don't know what has got to happen. I'm voting for you. Period. You can run that mouth all you want. You're a traitor. I know it. Every fiber of my being tells me you walked your hat backwards. Why the fuck else would you be here? You got an ironclad contract. The production is going to play to you. The producers are going to jack you off every night. They're going to do what you want. You're the prize pony, bitch. Don't sit here and accuse me of something. I ain't got time for it. I'm almost 50 years old. I got an unexplainable crick in my neck right now. I'm all stressed in my life. Do not bother me. I need this money. You don't. Shut the fuck up. Keep my name out of your mouth. Period.
Yeah, I don't know why that wouldn't have been everyone's first go-to as soon as Rob came in the house. Like, we saw him unmasked in front of all of us.
It's so obvious.
And that's one of those, like, hiding in plain sight moments. I mean, I've been caught in a game the same way, but it's like, That's the first thing I would have thought. I would have been like, Rob is definitely a traitor. I don't know how we're gonna get him, but he's a traitor. Like,
Yeah.
Well, Bob
Weird.
the drag queen flat out said one of these three has to be, it could be a traitor, and he's gone.
yep.
So, but I'm not gonna lie, I'm sad that my husband does not watch these shows, but he knows who these people are because he's been with me for 25 years, and he knows my Derek. That's my Derek. He knows Derek Levasseur. I made him watch that show on ID that he did a few years ago where he solved cold cases and stuff. Like I wish he'd keep doing it because he solved some shit because he's Derek. Anyway, so he knew who Derek was and he knew who Boston Rob was because I was bitching about him on No Deal Island because he was being mean to Kim. So anyway, he was like, oh, he's like, I'm going to sit and watch. Like he actually sat down and watched this round table with me. And he was like, man, this guy really knows his stuff. And then Rob started and this and this and this. And even my husband was like, why are they letting him talk? They're like, if you're after somebody and it's limited time, he's like, you got to not give them the opportunity to defend themselves because that seed is planted. And we're sitting there and they're going around and it is getting do or die. And I am thinking Wes is going to stay. He did it. He's going to stay. No. I was so pissed. I like Wes. I have watched Wes grow from an itty bitty little real world baby.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I just rewatched Austin. He looks so like young. There, it's so funny.
He does not look the same. It was. But I've watched him grow. I've witnessed the evolution of Wes, and I have to say, he is a great player. Yeah. He is the Boston Rob of the challenge because he comes in and he does the same thing over and over again and he gets far. The only time he doesn't make it far is if someone kills him or gets rid of him in an arena. That's it. He has to be taken out that way. That's the only way.
I think the three of them, they're all the Boston Robs of their games, right? They're all like the
kind of because
boys, the VIPs,
Derek is in a category. I'm just going to rub it out now. Derek is in a category of his own. Shut up, Tyler. He is. He's only played one game, really. Big Brother. 14, right? 15?
16.
14? 16. Anyway, so he just played a perfect game. He was never nominated. He was never a replacement. He made it to the 2. He kind of I'm just going to say, I feel like he's kind of responsible for the, what was it? What was her name? Vanessa? No, Veronica? Was it Veronica?
Victoria.
I think he's kind of responsible for dragging someone like that to a final 3. The GOAT. Like, I don't really feel like it was done that much until he did it in Big Brother. So he's kind of, I feel personally responsible for that. But he played this game where he got people in the diary room and he would plant seeds and he would make suggestions and he could read people. He could tell if they were lying. He could tell, okay, I know I can get this person to do that. And that's how he played everybody to get them to do what they did. He's not necessarily a Boston Rob. I feel like he's just a Derek. He's the Derek of Big Brother. Okay. And I feel like when you've got a Boston Rob and you've got a Wes and you've got a Derek, I feel like this was the perfect trio because they each were part of something they could all bring to the table. And yet they still couldn't stick together. Now, if Rob were not a traitor, I feel like that would have gone smoothly. I feel like you would see a completely different Rob at these round tables if he were a faithful. It would be completely different. I feel like he would be playing a different game because he has an advantage. He always we got the gosh damn advantage. It's like freaking, Survivor. He's got an advantage. He's a traitor. Here's that advantage. When was the last time he has played a game where he didn't have a leg up or some kind of advantage?
Yeah.
Thank you. You answered my question.
I don't know. We'll see. Like all three of them. Like, what if that was the twist? That like, you know, they all assume that like the traitors are amongst them, and then like the 3 cage guys are like the 3 traitors. Like, little did they know they just unleashed like all of them into the game.
Oh, that'd have been great.
Yeah.
You know, I have found that people are the most confident when 1, they know exactly what they're talking about, and 2, they're being 100% honest.
Yeah.
Have you noticed that? Like, even in like Big Brother, when, okay, we're going to lie, we're going to say we're doing this and this, and this person is confronted with that lie, and they go meet with their committee of liars in their, you know, in their alliance. And then they, you know, come back. A person who is on it is going to know what they're talking about at all times. And Rob, to me, was exhibiting that when he was going after the Bob the drag queen. I don't feel like Derek was doing that. I feel like Derek was confident enough to go first, but there's still that little pullback. Like, he was even making a face at Dylan, like, he's, you know, and Britney being mama bear. No, Britney, I love you, but shut up. No, you can make faces at whoever you want. That's it.
And Derek's right. Like, Britney should be with her Big Brother family a little bit more.
I don't know why. I think it was last season they were very much grouped off. It was the housewives with the gamers. And this season they lumped up the housewives as like Slaughter. They were the first people to go. But there was no like, let's build alliances and groups. I immediately, once I saw the Survivor people, I was like, oh, they about to eat. It's a wrap for you bitches. But no, that didn't happen. Tony and freaking Jeremy gone within the first 2 or 3 episodes.
I think for Big Brother and Survivor in particular, like this season, I just feel like there was so much more like pre-existing tension between the people that they brought in for both of those shows. Like, especially Winners at War, like Tony really took especially Jeremy for a ride that season. So I feel like no matter what Tony said, like Jeremy was not going to buy it. And then like I feel like Rob has something to prove against Tony because like Tony's won twice. Like, I don't know. There's like, I feel like there's a lot of tension that came from Winners at War that like seeped into this season for the Survivor folks. And even more reason why like Carolyn just comes out looking like a star because like she's like not involved with any of that stuff. And then same with Big Brother, right? Like we had Danielle and Britney who had that drama from like reindeer games. That was like one of the first things we saw this season. So I feel like I don't know, and I feel like maybe Britney just like doesn't really care for Derek. I know he's like a popular player, but like he's not everybody's cup of tea. Like I'm sure if I saw Derek on the Traitors, I would like not want to work with him, but like I would want to be the one to say like I slayed Derek Levasseur, you know what I mean? And you know, Britney has a little bit of something to prove. I feel like she everybody always calls her entertaining, but like nobody ever really talks about her like game prowess. And so maybe like that's why she kind of wants to separate herself from Derek a little bit and see if she can like one up him somehow. But I don't know. I love that scene where she was like, "Come here, I have to yell at you real quick."
Yeah.
Like, she totally called Derek out. She called him a lie. What did she call him? Did she just call him a lie? I can't remember what she called him, but it wasn't just a liar. But a
traitor.
Yeah. Hey,
he called her a traitor.
Oh yeah, he did. She wants to know popular with who?
The Straits. The crazy cat ladies.
Why you always got to bring? Can I just say something? Why do we always get brought into it? We were brought into it.
That is a subgenre
during the presidential.
That's a subgenre of Big Brother fans.
It's always the goddamn cat ladies.
Come on, it's like the 50-year-old on Facebook named like Deborah Lynn, and her profile picture is like of her cat, and she's in like Big Brother Facebook groups, and that's how she gets her live feed updates. And all of her comments are like in all caps. Like that's the kind of person that loves Derek Levasseur.
You just ruined my life. because that's me.
You're welcome.
But because I took a really cute selfie with me and JoJo, and I was going to change my profile picture tonight, and now I can't do it. No, but I love Derek for other reasons because it's, I just think he's great. I just remember watching him play Big Brother 16, and up until that point, I was getting bored. I was getting really bored, and it was, and what he was doing and how he was doing it, it just intrigued me, and it brought me in because he hasn't been nominated. Like, I've never seen this. So now the game has evolved. It is not 2014 anymore. It is now 2025. Every game has evolved. It's kind of like with Dr. Will. Deal or no
Did
deal
you see
Island.
he did a 4-hour interview with RHAP?
I gotta watch it. No, hey, that comes on tonight, right? Like I saw he's talking about.
I have not watched
sniffing out a rat tonight. He's sniffing out a rat tonight on Deal or No Deal Island too, and he's talking about this is the greatest gameplay ever in the history of reality TV. And I'm like, you haven't played a reality game since 2001.
Yeah,
this guy.
I love him though. I can't help it. He's so full of
Jackie,
shit.
what do you think? This is your first experience with Dr. Will, right? Like, what do you think of him?
Well, technically, it's my second. I did watch season 1, and then when he came back, so I love me some Dr. Will. I actually love his gameplay in like the most toxic way. Like this is gonna be triggering, but like how like it's like when you pull like a hangnail and it hurts a little, but also kind of feels good. That's how Dr. Will.
How you pop that big zit that's dug in there and hit, and the minute it just hits the mirror, you're like, oh. Yes.
Yeah. And so watching him on Dondi is like, oh.
Did you see him at All Stars? The original All Stars, Big Brother? Did you watch that yet? I mean, he flat out stood up and said, vote me out. I'm coming for do it. And they didn't do it.
They didn't. They did not do it. And that's how I feel like that's how Rob is playing this game. I'm not a traitor, but he's literally doing traitorous things. But yeah, Dr. Will on Dondi is great. The very first thing out of his mouth was, "Oh, and Parvati, you played in One Survivor."
Oh yeah, listen, dude, he's on it. What are they gonna do? He hasn't been in the game. He did Big Brother. He did Big Brother All Stars. He's guested on stuff, but he is not. You got no game to compare it to really right now because the Will from 24 years ago, 24. Wow. That's how old I was when he won a season. I'm twice the. Oh, anyway, so 24 years ago, what has gone on? He's been sitting back, marinating, watching these games. What is he capable of now?
Yes, I love
change
it.
it up.
I love it.
Why don't you play the game different? I don't mean to brag, but I will. That one time that I won that Sequester Mini, you know how I won? I went against the grain. I played the game completely different. Everybody was expecting Allison to show up a certain way. And, I left my red carpet at home. Actually, I was at home already, but I didn't get the red carpet myself. But I went about it completely different. And I feel like maybe sometimes if you are expected to be change it up. That doesn't necessarily mean you're up to something. It just means you're playing it different.
Yeah.
Just change it up a little bit. I feel like Will's capable of that. I feel like Derek is capable of that. I think Rob could do it if he really tried. Wes is just Wes.
I think Rob is the least capable of playing a different game out of like all the people that you listed.
What happened the last time he did that?
It's getting the best of me.
It's getting the best of me. Like he almost quit.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go. I gotta listen.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I feel like this next murder is going to be very telling for the direction of the season. Like I really think the door is closing very, very quickly on being able to get Rob out without like him just having total control and decimation like the rest of the season. And that's boring TV. So I'm rooting for Derek this time. So we'll see what happens. But I don't know. Really exciting stuff. I love how much chaos is in the turret, the thing, the castle, like the three traitors. Like I just love like the tension between the three of them is just like so delicious. You could like cut it with a knife. It's great. So more of that.
I want to murder both of you.
I remember. Did you see the beginning of the episode when they are in the turret and they're like, like Danielle is apologizing to Carolyn and completely goes back on this apology within 2 seconds. The funniest part for me was when they're up there and Rob throws out 2 names and both women knock it down, and he's just like, his expressions were like this. Like he's just like, I don't want to cross these women in here. They can do some damage to me. Like these are not 2 that you want to mess with. Seriously.
And I think he knows that. So he's trying to keep them in his keep himself in their good graces. But also Danielle is like, I'm coming for you, Rob. And then Carolyn's like, I'm coming for you, Danielle. So like, they're not going to be able to do anything that's going to make sense. I'm afraid that Derek goes here. I would love for him to stay and then just see this like big heavy hitter battle back and forth, and maybe Derek can get Rob out. I do not want Rob to stay in this game.
Yeah,
if Derek goes, we're in trouble entertainment wise.
Yes, yeah.
He's got to go. You know what? I am purposely staying away from spoilers and Reddit and whatever because I can't. I want to be completely surprised like I was with Wes going. I mean, I really had no idea. I had no idea that was coming.
Yeah. I was so excited that the votes looked like they were. I was hoping for the tie. I was like, if we can do a tie, that'll be best case scenario because then it'll just be down to the 2 of them. And again, it felt like this like heavy hitter showdown thing that was going to happen.
Yeah, and also real quick, do you have any fingernails left after Dondi last week? Because that getting down to that one suitcase. What's that little guy's name? I can't remember his name. What's his name? Dixon, the Dixon effect. Big Dixon energy.
Hi, Dixon, if you watch.
Yes, hello, Dixon.
The very first org I ever played, I played with Dixon. Hi, Dixon.
I love it. He's got some balls, dude. He went for that case, and I'm telling you, I was sitting there like, oh my God, I'm going to freak out. I'm really having an anxiety attack right now. What is happening? But I was like so happy that he made it. But I can't wait to see tonight's episode. It's going to be really good. But before we go, real quick, you're still watching The Beast? Is it called The Beast?
Yes, I think I'm 1 episode behind. The one that came out on Thursday. I haven't seen that one yet.
Okay, so anything else you're watching? Anything else you want to recommend? Anything you can recommend?
The Bachelor is back on.
Oh, is it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh God, the premiere episode's always great. I gotta watch it because those women.
The first 2 episodes always are so exciting. I love it when there's tears early. I love it when there's girl fights early.
They're drunk.
No one has been really drunk yet. I mean, no one's really been drunk.
I miss the old days of early Bachelor. I covered the entire season of that guy. I covered all of JoJo Fletcher's season. And then the other guy, what's his name? Geez, he was on that Navy SEAL show last season. You know what I'm talking about? Vale? Nick Vale? It was Nick Vale.
Is that his name?
Girl, I covered Nick Vale's season. Did I mention I just quit drinking too? Wow. That was a lot. That was a lot to take in.
I just got a very weird phone call.
What happened?
It was like some lady and she was like, hi, is this Tyler from Scratch Studios? And I was like, yeah, how can I help you? I never get like cold calls like that. It's always through email. And she was like, I'm a musician. I'm looking for like a recording studio. And I found your card like somewhere a long time ago and I've always saved it. And I'm just looking for like a studio space to record my music in New York. And I was like, I'm sorry, I'm a wedding photographer. I can't help you. She's like, do you have any connections to any sound studios? Like, I'm about to like have to leave to go back to LA again. And I was like, I'm sorry, like maybe go to a Guitar Center and ask an employee if they know somewhere.
Tell everyone,
but
Scratch Studios, Tyler is a very talented wedding photographer, and the name of his studio is Scratch Studios. And what is it, scratchstudios.co?
Yes, exactly. Not .com, .co. Yeah. So
we're
check
just
out
talking about
my lovely site. But yeah, it was weird. Anyway, keep going.
You know what I love to do when I get weird phone calls and I'm bored? Do spam calls. They call. I'm never mean to these people because they're making a living. They got to put food on the table too.
Yeah. But I was nice to her. It was just like weird.
It just depends on their attitude. Because if they kind of they're a little weird with me, I act like I can't hear them. Like, hello. Hello? Like and they scream into the phone. Crazy. We were just talking about what shows like Jackie's the new season of The Bachelor. We're talking about The Bachelor, The Beast on Amazon. I am currently obsessed with P. Diddy. Anything and everything P. Diddy. There's the new show on Max.
I need to start watching Yellow Jackets.
Yellow Jackets is coming out. I'm also obsessed. My new obsession is the Blake Lively, Justin Bologna. I call him Justin Bologna because I can't remember his name, and I know it's something Italian. And saga that is unfolding. I'm reading these texts. I am invested. Okay, I'm invested.
Because I ain't reading all that.
I might.
I found a YouTube channel that is uploading old episodes in full of The Soup. And it is such a good like flashback to like the messy like early 2000s, and I watched The Soup all the time. So me and Timmy have just been watching like episodes of that, and just it is so funny and so like inappropriate, and so it's good. I'll have to send it to you guys.
You need to dig deeper, because I'm going to share some mystical knowledge with you before we get out of here. I believe it was January 1st, 1991 or 1992. I can't remember the exact date. A show on E! premiered called Talk Soup. Greg Kinnear. I am telling you, this was better than The Soup. And I'm going to tell you why. Because this was the height of the talk show era. I mean, listen, this was 90, this was early 90. This was you're staying home watching talk shows. That's what you were doing. Yeah. And the way he acted and what he did was so funny. It opened the door for Joe McHale. Joe McHale's great. The Soup is great. It is just great. But they would talk about everything that was going on with Springer, with the midgets and throwing stuff. It's just all kinds of crazy shit going on. Look up Talk Soup, early 90s with Greg Kinnear.
Yep.
It's amazing. I watched that every week as a kid. That is where I learned, fun fact, it's where I learned a lot of my critiquing, was watching Greg freaking Kinnear critiquing fucked up people on TV. Hello, what are we doing, guys? What are we doing? What are we doing? I even did a news segment tonight about the Waffle House on Instagram. Follow me, the.memphis.darling. That's a period. You don't spell out the dot. I do have to explain that. So I got a lot going on. I got Wolfman came out on demand and streaming. I highly recommend it. I liked it.
The White Lotus comes out in 2 weeks. Also, the Grammys were this Sunday. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a great show.
Tell me a little bit about that.
Okay, so 2024 was like, I'm glad that Beyonce won like album of the year finally and everything, but like I feel like 2024 was all about 3 gals: Sabrina Carpenter, Chappell Roan, and Charlie XCX. I thought all 3 of their performances were like fantastic and so representative of like them as artists. I thought it was just cool to see like the Grammys like give these 3 gals like their roses, and Chappell winning like best new artist is great, and Sabrina won like a Grammy.
Which one came out just like a Bratz doll version of the It Clown? The one that I sent you the picture of. Who was that?
Chapel Roan.
Oh, no. I'm done.
I can't.
Stop
I'm
it.
sorry. I'm not a fan. I'm sorry.
I think
I'm
she's
getting
too Gen Z for Allison.
I'm too Gen Z. I'm too old.
Like Madonna, Britney, like she's fast forward, or at least that's what I feel from her.
I love her outfit. I love what she's doing. I'm not shitting on her outfit. What I'm saying is, this is my thing. Shut up. Okay? Shush your mouth. Don't get up and accept an award dressed like that reading from your diary. Okay? And I'm going to tell you why. Because you're a millionaire. Get you a good therapist. You can get the best money can buy. Get your shit together. You'll be fine. I don't need to hear about it. I know you're fucked up. I can smell it a mile away. I am too. Okay, we smell our own. I got you. I admire you for your, that's being a great example for younger people. It's great. I appreciate it. But can we calm down? I've seen her just be completely rude to people on red carpets for just no goddamn reason. And I'm not here for it. Okay, we get it. You're confident. You're amazing. I prefer Sabrina, but that's just me. And can we please wear clothes? Can we please, Kanye, please stop it? You know the best thing to happen to Kim Kardashian is Kanye West's new wife, because she didn't have to do that shit. Can you imagine? Can we talk about? And also, I want to say something else. If I was Beyonce, she's a much better person than me, because you know what I would have done if I'd won that first Grammy? Up there on the stage. While holding my Grammy. It would have been like, fuck y'all.
With between your fingers. Like,
yeah, like that. If you hold my Grammy, it would twitch. Yeah, like this, holding it. Fuck y'all. Get out of here. Please.
I also I really enjoyed Lady Gaga's new song. I've been like really checked out of Lady Gaga for a long time, because like I feel like when she did A Star Is Born and she was like injected into like straight culture at that point, like she just got so boring to me. Like I miss like Meat Dress, like Monster Ball, like the Fame Monster, like that Lady Gaga. And yes, and I feel like this single, like that she spent like she paid for like a whole like ad slot to play like a whole music video for her new single, and it sounded so good. I was very surprised, so I'm excited to see like if this album like feels like older.
I like her like
Lady
that.
Gaga.
I like the raw Gaga. Because I'm going to tell you something else about Gaga.
Not the best actress.
Am I the only one who hears that fucking song every time you're at the dentist? I'm literally laying in the chair and the Star Is Born song comes on every time. And my dentist and I laugh about it. It's on the classic rock, like, like age appropriate neutral radio station. And my dentist, who's my age, and we're like, this damn song comes on every time. My husband and I watched Joker 2 on Christmas.
It's a good one.
Did you like it?
I haven't seen it. I haven't seen either of the Jokers. I'm going to watch them both at once.
I hated it.
Oh.
I love the original Joker with Joaquin. I hated the sequel. I hated it. I just can't get into Gaga acting, man. She is a better performer. She puts so much love and angst and feeling into her music, and it's beautiful to watch. And then you see her in this shit, and it's like, I can't. I don't.
Did you watch American Horror Story Hotel?
Okay, I will say she did. That's the best acting I've ever seen. Okay, was her in that, because she was kind of being that she was a vampire. She was eating blood and having an orgy with the dude from, you know what I'm saying? And it worked. But I can't get into it. I can't get into it.
Okay. Well, I am very prepared for the Joker 2 movie then, because I did not like her in that hotel.
You did? I didn't even, but it's look, if I have to compare A Star Is What, she didn't even cry real tears in A Star Is Born. I'm an actor. Okay, I've been in acting. I was in acting for 20 years, and I can spot glycerin tears drops a mile away. Okay, it's necessary. It's necessary. So sometimes I've been in a scene where I cried so much, I had no tears left, and I had to use the drops. But my eyes were red, my face was swollen. I did it. I pulled it off. But these glycerin drops for nothing. You're not. No, I don't care. I love her to death, though. I think she's a great musician. Stop it. You know who's really surprising me with acting? Kim Kardashian. Get me started on that. She's a great job. Okay, guys, I'm sorry. We got to wrap this up because I'm going to talk all night. I'm sorry, guys. I'll see you guys.
Well, no, you're good. You're good. But yeah, I think that wraps up our coverage of the Traitors episodes 5, not so much, and episode 6. So we'll see what happens next, and excited to see what happens. But and just a quick plug, we will be recapping the White Lotus in 2 weeks when that comes out. So I can't wait to like spearhead that. And Yellow Jackets.
Are you gonna try Yellow Jackets, or what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
I will try Yellow Jackets.
Season 3 of Yellow Jackets comes on Showtime, Paramount Plusage, February. Happy Valentine's Day. Eat some meat.
All right, guys. We'll see you guys next week for the Traitors, though. Everybody, take care. Have a good one. Bye-bye.
Good night.